Mine finishing second by a head to She Feels Pretty.
She weighs 570 kilos.
She is huge.
She's a big, big mare. 7 is Be Your Best, trained by Safi Joseph, was behind Belezza last time out. Again, one of the long shots in this race. Her best form leaves her shy of the very best here.
Cathedral, the 8, 90 to 1. The second longest shot in the field here. Ran behind Cinderella's Dream last time, was well beaten by her.
And here's your favorite coming up, Cinderella's Dream, taking a lot of plays. 8 for 14 lifetime, and we saw that backtrack last year in the Breeders' Cup filly and mare turf. Just missed by a half a length, finishing second there. A little better luck today. Could be right there in the end with William Buick.
There's your longest shot in the field, La Kika, 99 to 1. They don't have enough digits to make her 100 to 1, so that's as large a price as you're ever going to get in pari-mutuel wagering.
This is an interesting filly, 11 bedtime story. When she won at Royal Ascot last year, everyone thought she was going to be a world beater. That hasn't happened. She's run some really good races, hasn't always had the best of luck this season. And Aidan O'Brien trying to add another Breeders' Cup winner to his illustrious haul.
12 Belezza for Mickaël Clement. She won the Flower Bowl in New York. That was back at Saratoga. She's had some time off. That's been the theme with a lot of these Breeders' Cup runners, taking a break from August all the way to this race.
And there She Feels Pretty coming up. Johnny Velasquez aboard for Cherie DeVoe. Hasn't run in 2.5 months, but coming into this race really good. Does have to contend with that outside post.
14 See the Fire also has that issue of coming from a wide stall position. She's got the form, she's got the ability. She's also, I think, going to have the setup in this race to run well, but it'll be a challenge for the British champion jockey, Oisin Murphy.
We were a little out of order, but there is La Kika, the Peruvian bred. She is 6 for 12 lifetime. Let's go to Dave in the studio.
This is it. It is your final chance for the money back special through your FanDuel Racing account. Bet $10 to win on one of these horses, and if you finish second or third, you get your money back in a racing bonus. But we're going to pick a winner here. I like the 6-horse Diamond Rain. You know, William Buick had his choice of the 2 Godolphin runners. He's going to go to the 9, Cinderella's Dream. But the young Billy Loughnane has gotten the mount on Diamond Rain. His only other ride today, he finished 3rd with El Cordobas back in the turf. So I think he's primed to ride the race of his life here. Current odds on Diamond Rain are 9 to 2, so our $10 win bet right now would get us back $55. If you want to get in on the action, scan that QR code right there, and it will take you to your FanDuel Racing account. Let's check in with Michelle.
Belezza goes postward in here for Mickaël Clement. 2 things this filly loves, the distance and the firm turf. I feel like that's a very nice recipe. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, agreed. We were very much excited about that. I think she's 2 for 2 going a mile 3/8 and on firm turf. So she'll get both of them today.
What about the pace? Is there going to be enough pace for her?
I think there will be. There's 2 or 3 speeds, on the inside. We're drawn in the parking lot, so Tyler needs to decide. You go forward and drop in, or you just take back. So you need to play the break a bit. But he's a top-class jockey, and that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
So is that something you guys are going to talk about, or it's just all up to him?
No, my job's to train it. His job's to ride, so don't worry about it.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Belezza, the 12-horse, 20 to 1 for Mickaël Clement as he seeks his first Breeders' Cup victory, and it would be an emotional moment. Certainly, it's his late father's birthday today. He would have turned 60 today, Christophe Clement. Here's our DRF formulator fact. Mickaël Clement, 10 for 38. That's 26% with a $2.23 ROI in graded stakes races on the turf. We'll see if Belezza can add to those statistics today at the big price. We are going to come back to the 4. We mentioned Village Voice a little while ago. What kind of trip do you think we'll see from her as far as the pace goes here, Joe? Fabian Pratt already on the board with 2 Breeders' Cup winners in these first couple of days. Can he get another one here?
Yeah, she's definitely going to have to move forward there off of that grade 3 victory, that Belmont Aqueduct the last time out. One thing that is a positive for her, that was almost off a year layoff. So, I mean, that's a pretty big race, especially going 2 turns, and that's a mile and 3/8, so the same distance she's running today. So I think she needs to move forward a little bit more than what she did last time, but still right there. And again, to come off a year layoff and run like that, I would have to think second time off of that, she's going to move forward even more.
Simon, you're playing an exacta in this race? Who's on your ticket?
That's all I got left. I'm kind of out running on fumes here. I don't know what's
you had
left.
Nisos in your doubles.
I did
You're
have
alive
Nisos.
in that.
Oh, I got the doubles still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with a 3 to 5 shot.
Do you have prices on that ticket, I hope?
Yeah, I'm just going to bullet the 14. I'm going to go against everything that makes sense, that post position's bad, and I've seen enough chaos here this weekend that we could overcome that. I think she's got the best form, and then use those 4 horses underneath, the 6, the 9, the 11, and 13.
Rish,
Well,
one of your own?
Thinking that the Appleby team, and bearing in mind they've had today 3 runners, 2, the 2nd and 3rd with Rebels Romance and El Cordobas, and then Notable Speech winning. It's clear their horses are running very well. So I'm going to say Diamond Rain, 6, 9, Cinderella's Dream. And I'm going to add Gezora in there because I just feel that she might appreciate this contest in terms of the conditions of the race, the ground, and if she gets a nice easy pace and she can travel in behind. I'm annoyed about leaving out See the Fire, though. I can understand why Simon wants that, but just the draw puts me off.
Final leg of a lot of multi-race sequences here. That $1 pick 6 yesterday paid $89,000. If you're alive in the $1 pick 6 coming into this race, the 9, your current favorite at 3-1, brings back $52,000 in the pick 6. Let's see if our second choice in the wagering farther to the outside, $31,000 back to the 13. $65,000 back to the 14. Interesting to see all the money and the action on the 13 horse out there. And then a couple of them paying to 5 of 6, the 1 and the 10, I believe that is. A little over $8,500 with those 2 runners at big, big prices. Let's go back to Caton for more.
Jed, did Village Voice, coming off the victory last time out, obviously a different situation here today. What does she have to do to be equally successful?
Yeah, well, she hadn't run in about 11 and a half months there, so I think that race probably gave her a good bit of fitness. So I'd expect a good forward move with her numbers. I mean, she's going to have to. There's some really fancy horses in here, and but her first number was a solid number, and if she comes forward a few points, that actually puts her in the mix.
With the configuration here today in this field, do you anticipate her sitting the similar trip?
I do, and she's drawn well. So if Flavien can sort of find the fence maybe and get a good forward position and just kind of gallop around and cover, I think she's got a fast last quarter in her.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
We haven't talked much about Stellify, about the 2
Yes.
in here. 30-1
Good.
morning line. She's taken a lot of attention, and it has to be because of the pace and the speed that she shows.
Yes, I would think so. She's a one-dimensional filly. As the races have got longer, she's got a little quicker. The fractions get a little slower. That enables her to control the race a little bit. Watching her train earlier this week, she's a big, what I would call a one-pace type filly. I don't think she's going to quicken. That would be evidenced in her past performances. Kind of big filly that's got a high knee action. True middle-distance filly. She's the one to catch. I don't know whether she's got the class, though, against some of these.
One thing she does have is stamina. When she won those back-to-back races at Kentucky Downs, going 1.5 miles and 1 mile and 5/16, that was off 10 days rest. And we know how demanding Kentucky Downs is, the undulation up and down and stuff like that. And she's a filly we talk about improving all the time. Every single one of her 6 career starts, she's improved on the Beyer scale. She's still going to have to take a step forward today, obviously, but to Simon's point, if no one goes with her, she does have a pace advantage.
I'm kind of shocked real quick. She's 11-1. That seems a little low for me.
I would
looking
agree.
at her form, right? And I think the reason she's getting played is because of the pace scenario and her post.
And the turn comes up quick,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Joe, from where she is, the lead is right there for her, provided that she breaks cleanly.
Besides the one hole with her style, she has absolutely best post. Now, saying that, there is another horse in there, Be Your Best, and number 7. She's one that can show early speed, although I will say I think Stellify could be quicker, but there is a scenario to where maybe she doesn't get quite the easy lead she thinks she could, but if not, she will definitely get the distance. It's just a matter if she can hang with this company.
They cross over to the turf course. Bear in mind, this is on the other side of the racetrack. So again, a 3-turn race, 1 mile and 3/8 the distance that they run the filly and mare turf at here at Del Mar. Still our favorite is the 9-horse Cinderella's Dream at 5-2. Plenty of respect for She Feels Pretty, the 13 up on the board at 9-2. And then outside, See the Fire, tough post, but respected in the wagering at 5-1.
And you can see that. This shot here exaggerates, or doesn't exaggerate, it shows you how tough that run is into the first turn. If you get parked wide, you're going to lose a lot of ground.
I'm still watching the price on the 5. I like the 5 a lot in here. She was 7-2 as the morning line favorite. Scott's got the check mark there. She's 9-1 right now, Gezora. Does the ground suit her, Rich?
I think there are a lot of elements about the race that will suit her. I think she's a player in the race. I still feel that Cinderella's Dream holds the best chance, which is why I think a few of us have selected her. But I think Gezora is certainly better than she's shown in her, even in the run behind Aventure in the Vermeil when she was second. I still think she's better than that. And Francis-Henri Graffard's had a few runners. Goliath's been a bit disappointing. Sarlan actually ran okay. He ran really well behind Notable Speech. And I think this filly shows that in these conditions, she can be a player.
They've reached the starting gate. It is post time for the final championship race on this Saturday. Let's go to Larry Colmus.
The filly and mare turf, last but not least on this Breeders' Cup Saturday. Field moving into line. Here's Cathedral taking her spot in the starting gate. Lakika moving into line. Here's Gezora and Baletza. Diamond Rain, white cap. Bedtime Story. Leaves just 2 left to load. She Feels Pretty and See the Fire. See the Fire is the last one to move into the starting gate here for the filly and mare turf. She steps forward, steps back here, and goes in. Rolling line. They're off in the filly and mare turf, and Be Your Best is the early leader, going immediately to the front from Village Voice, who takes a spot on the inside. Farther out, She Feels Pretty now moves up and takes second. Entering that first turn, Cathedral is in fourth early on. And it's Mission of Joy, followed by Between Horses Gezora and a 3-wide Cinderella's Dream. Diamond Rain behind her, and 3 lengths more back to Baletza. They're being followed by Stellify, who's down toward the inside. After that, See the Fire, Bedtime Story is second last, and Lakika is the trailer as Be Your Best and Arad Ortiz Jr. run a 24.36 quarter and lead the way early on here in the filly and mare turf by 2.5 lengths over Village Voice, and She Feels Pretty heads apart second and third by 4. Cathedral is in fourth, Mission of Joy fifth on the inside, then Gezora, followed by the 2 Godolphin runners who are right together. Diamond Rain inside of Cinderella's Dream. They're 9 lengths off the lead moving into the turn. And then Bedtime Story racing on the inside of Stellify. Baletza is next. After that, See the Fire and Lakika. 47.43 the half mile. On to the backstretch they go. Be Your Best on top by 2. She Feels Pretty on the outside is second by a head over Village Voice, who's down toward the rail. A 4-length gap back to Cathedral. After that comes Gezora and Mission of Joy. And then still together are Diamond Rain and Cinderella's Dream. They're still 9 lengths from the front with Bedtime Story to the inside. They make their way into the far turn now. Be Your Best on top with She Feels Pretty 3/4 of a length behind. Village Voice, Cathedral next, then Gezora. Mission of Joy on the inside. Diamond Rain, Cinderella's Dream being asked for her run. She's 3 wide. She's got 5 lengths to gain. In the meanwhile, She Feels Pretty has taken the lead at the top of the stretch and opens up the lead by 2. Gezora, second on the outside. Down toward the inside, running along in third position is Cathedral. And then in the center, it is Diamond Rain. They're coming down to the wire. Here comes Gezora! Gezora runs down She Feels Pretty to win. Then Diamond Rain, followed by Cathedral.
Gezora gets there right on the line after the full mile and 3/8 journey. It's the last 3 jumps, Simon, that she puts her head in front.
She does. I mean, she drops her head right on the wire. I thought the filly on the lead had gone for home. I thought she might have opened it up, got some separation, but class prevails here. Very, very nice performance for Gezora and owner Peter Brant.
Yeah, and you could see right here, She Feels Pretty with Johnny V. He is just absolutely loaded, turning for home here. Looked like she was going to take off and not be caught, but Richie, here comes Gezora in the end. Very, very impressive in the shadow of the wire.
These are the sort of conditions that she enjoys, and she's had a perfect setup because the pace has been genuine enough for her to have something to aim at, and she's done exactly that. She Feels Pretty is out in front, and she's coming at her. And Mickaël Barzalona and Francis Graffard Graffard have had the most amazing season. They won the King George at Ascot. They won Champion Stakes on Champions Day. Francis-Henri Graffard also won the Arc with Darius as well. And now a Breeders' Cup winner as well. What a fabulous year.
He talked about maybe a little bit of a learning curve for the horses, and it looks like it just took her a while to kind of figure it out, right? To really set herself down, to give her best down the stretch once she had clear sailing.
I think the ground is a big factor, right? I mean, to come from a 10-length defeat, finishing 13th in the Arc, a month later to come back here, to me, she looks like she's suited to North American racing. Let's keep her here.
And she's only 3, too.
Yeah.
Oh, Rishi doesn't like that.
No.
Right. You know, we need as many horses as we can to keep our racing as competitive as possible in Europe. Thank you, Simon.
California does too.
Yeah, we need to, yeah.
Gezora home on top at 9-1. Congratulations to all the connections. Let's take a look overhead at where the winner came from. She was sitting back about 5th at this stage. And this was kind of a carbon copy looking at She Feels Pretty, Joe, of what we saw from her in her last several starts. She knows her job. She takes John Velasquez right to the front. I think she saw out the distance today. She was just run down by a better filly.
Yeah, for sure. And hats off to Johnny Velasquez, too. From the 13 hole to be able to get over a 2-wide trip, that is absolutely incredible. I thought in defeat, take nothing away from her, but Gezora, what a great finish this was. I feel like between this and Nisos, these were 2 really good finishes, and no way to end the day on a race like this.
Tough beat for She Feels Pretty. I mean, John Velasquez, you know, he didn't move too soon. The filly just took him there.
Yeah.
I mean, just took him there so easy, and it took everything for Gezora to come and get her. Diamond Rain ran huge. Yeah, Rishi talking about her size the whole time in the running the race. You're like, look at her next to stablemate. I mean, it was unbelievable.
She I'm saying beforehand, she weighs 570 kilos. Cinderella's Dream weighs 470. So sorry, I should say in pounds, shouldn't I? 1,250 odd pounds as opposed to 1,000 pounds for.
That's like Simon compared to me.
Almost exactly the same numbers. Actually,
Yeah, exactly.
Our final Breeders' Cup race of championship Saturday, the Maker's Mark Filly and Mare Turf goes to Gezora.
Number 5, Gezora was first. Second, number 13, She Feels Pretty. Third, number 6, Diamond Rain. Fourth, number 8, Cathedral. And fifth was number 11, Bedtime Story. 5, 13, 6, 8, 11. Your top 5 finishers. This race is still unofficial. The final time for 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf, 2 minutes 12.54 seconds. This race is now official.